All right, I've got a question for you. Best decision you've ever made?
Oh, getting married.
Worst decision you've ever made? Don't say getting married.
Worst decision. One time I dyed my hair all black.
Think best decision I made, Apple Watch.
Not your wife.
Getting married is a pretty good decision. Worst decision I've ever made, I once cut all my hair off. That was a pretty bad decision. How do you make decisions? Like big ones, little ones. How generally do you make decisions?
I think I'm quite spontaneous. I feel like sometimes I'll do a bit of research, but most of the time I'm quite spontaneous and just whatever decision I've made, that's the decision I've made, and what's the worst that can happen.
Good process, I like it.
How do you make decisions?
Yeah, you see, it depends what it is. I'm pretty impulsive, but then I can be like a right dawdler. I have massive FOMO, fear of missing out. So I'm so worried sometimes that if I make a decision, I'm going to miss out on a decision I should have made. And it can be absolutely crippling, actually.
Yeah.
But I wonder how you make decisions, big or small, what you're having at McDonald's all the way through to maybe what exam subjects you're taking, or maybe like a career path. Or maybe the decision that is on the top of your mind right now is about this guy called Jesus that we've heard about. What are you going to do with what you know? You might have grown up in church. You may go to church school. Maybe this is the first time you've heard this guy called Jesus. I wonder what decision you're going to make. And I've got a question for you this week. Fight or follow? Fight that story, that message, or follow? Follow this man called Jesus. What does a life fighting Jesus look like?
It looks like doing your own thing. I think it's head in the sand, or what are those things that horses wear on their eyes?
Blinkers.
Blinkers. It's like just getting your head down, just following your own way. What is it that we hear on Instagram? Stay in your own lane.
You do
you.
You be the best version of you. And some of that in itself is not a bad thing, right? We love seeing people flourish and do well and have dreams and goals that they want to achieve. There's nothing wrong with that, but ultimately, when you just say, I'm going to do it my way, you're fighting against Jesus, because Jesus said, actually, hey, follow me, do it my way, and I've got amazing things for your life. Being a Christian and following Jesus actually does mean saying no to some things, right? But why do we say no? It's because we believe God's plan for your life is the best. Better than any dreams that you can have, any goals, plans. Following Jesus and trusting him with your life is the single greatest, best decision you can make, not just for your tomorrow, but for eternity. I don't know if you've come across this. I almost guarantee you've heard of the Bible. This book, you see, what we believe as Christians is that this was wrote thousands of years ago by many different authors, but we believe that it isn't for a bookshelf to gather dust. This book is relevant. The words in here can help us every day. How cool is that? That we can wake up and face like the hardest day in the world, or even the best day, and there's something in here that's relevant. Some bits of this Bible are Jesus' words exact, like what he said, which is pretty cool. And there's one verse that's like one of my favorites. And Jesus' words said this: I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Following Jesus, knowing that he is in control, that he holds our like tomorrow, and we just got to listen to him. We've got to turn from doing it our way, from doing silly things that we all do, and following him. You know, we've talked about this guy Jesus, and we've talked about the cross and the resurrection. 7 billion people on the planet. And here's the incredible thing for me. God sent his son Jesus out of love. The greatest act of love. Imagine this, right? You are the only single person left on the planet. You are separated from God. You need a rescuer. Here's what we believe about God's love for you, is that if you were just that person, that one person, God still would have sent his son to complete the mission for you. There's still time for you to make that decision.
It's not too late.
To fight or to follow